In this video, we're going to be using Stirling candy cane and the Apollo light razor. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB, and thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. As always, before we get into the content today, a word from our sponsor, Leaf. This video is brought to you by our good friends at Leaf, and you know I love Leaf products. I love using the Leaf, which you've seen me use many times on the channel. I also love using the Twig. You've seen that a lot on the channel as well. If you'd like to save 5%, use discount code IAMCDB right there and save 5% while shopping with the good folks at Leaf. And now, back to the video. And all right, we are back, and we have a great one for you today, I think, because we're using Stirling candy cane. And you know I love Stirling, and you know I love Christmas, and this smells like candy canes. The price on this, $13.95 for 5.8 ounces. On a cost chart there, that is an exceptional $2.40 an ounce. This is a tallow-based soap. We'll show you the ingredients on the screen right there. Very easy to use, very easy to work with. I always get an amazing lather with Stirling with very little effort. I'll show you a lather shot right there. You can see that is nice, creamy goodness. And the notes on this, I'll put on the screen the description for you. This smells like candy canes, but I almost get a chocolate vibe too. And I don't know if it's my mind playing tricks on me because this soap is very dark. And so maybe that's making me think there's a little chocolatey vibe to it. But to me, it smells kind of like a mix of candy cane and chocolate, but I could be completely wrong on that. At any rate, we look forward to using this today. It's going to be really nice indeed, I do believe. The razor for today was sent to us from Smart Helix. This is the Apollo light razor, and I did an unboxing with this live yesterday. Very good packaging on this razor. This is a premium offering. You can get the razor by itself with one plate for $175 or a couple of plates for $275, and this is wood. Very nice. I'm going to take the top off and show you how it looks. There was a warranty card that just fell on the floor. This razor comes with a lifetime warranty. And then you'll see it shows you have different plates. And the way the plates are, I have one right here. They have lines on them. You see that line right there? That means one line is the, I think it is the 0.5 blade gap, and two lines is the 0.85 blade gap. Let's pull this card off. And again, this sort of shows you the levels of aggression. And look at that presentation there. This is wood. All of this in here is wood. That is amazing presentation. And quite frankly, sort of what the standard should be for premium razors. I know a razor that I really love that has, in my opinion, subpar packaging is Carbon. It comes in a cardboard thing that's kind of like a toilet paper roll. This is, $275 for two plates, and it comes with nice wood packaging, and it sets the tone for an amazing experience. It also comes with a stand, so you just take this little wood piece out that holds it in, and then we'll slide it out, and I'll show it to you here very quickly. Amazing packaging, and I love the stand design. Now, the stand doesn't do anything, for the shave, but I love it when they make the stand so it fits up in the handle of the razor like that. So some stands you put the razor down in the stand and it can scratch up the bottom of the razor, which I don't like. I love this design where it just sits like that. Very nice, very secure, very well done, Smart Helix. Here is a look at the razor, and as you can see there, it has a very slim profile on the head. The handle is a little bit long, but I found that they've hollowed out some of it down here so it doesn't make it feel cumbersome. But that is a very slim profile on the head. And you see those nice cutouts underneath there. I typically don't have problems with clogging, but there should be very good lather channels. And you can see on that one, the underside, two dots or two dashes there, whatever you want to call it. Two lines means I'm using the 0.85 blade gap. And this is a product of Ukraine, I should say. And look at this, look at that plate, how thin that is. Very thin, very nice. There's some laser engraving on there. The presentation on this is spectacular, I gotta say. It really has set the tone for what I think will be a great experience. I saw Jack from the Virtual Groom Room mentioning that the Apollo, I believe, was one of his favorite razors. If I'm mistaken, please let me know, Jack. And so I reached out to them maybe 8-9 months ago because they didn't have anything in stock. I was going to buy one, and they replied to my message and said, thanks so much for having interest in our razors. We don't have any now. We'll reach back out to you when we do. And it turns out they just sent one to me. So this was sent to me by Smart Helix Apollo light razor, and we look forward to trying it today. And the question that we want to answer today is, would I purchase this with my own money? That's always the question I want to answer when I'm using an evaluation product, and so we'll try to answer that today. I'm going to take it apart and put the blade in here really quickly, or I'll try to do it quickly. At least it seems like everything is always more difficult on camera when you go to do anything, and yeah, that's often the case. So the blade sets on there very easily. That is not a tight fit. The blade is feathered, by the way. It sat right on there very, very nicely. So sometimes, you know how when you put a blade in, it kind of bends and you have to kind of mess around with it. Not this one. It just sat on there very, very easily. And I'm going to put, there was a little washer that came with it. I'm going to put it in between my handle and the base plate as to not scratch it up. And here we go. Load it up. There is the head for you, if you just want to have a look at that. It is a very nice looking razor, and the presentation is spectacular. And the carbon razor now goes for, I think, like $279 for just the razor itself, no stand, and comes in that sort of toilet paper cardboard sort of packaging. This one, $275, 2 plates, stand. Pretty good value on this one, but does it shave well? Because that's really where the rubber meets the road. All right, enough yapping. Let's get into the shave today. And this is just plain water, if you're curious. We are just misting the face. And this lather has been sitting for a while, so let me whip it up just a little bit. Sterling works well for me all the time. Scent strength on this, right at medium, which is where I like it. And we should have some creamy goodness here from Sterling. I think Sterling for me never lacks in lather or latherability. The lather that I make is creamy, it is dense, it's well hydrated, it takes water easily, very easy to use. You don't have to jump through hoops to lather it, and so I like that. The price is right, they have a lot of great scents, you know, what's not to like? I think everybody knows that at this point. And I see oftentimes where Sterling, you know, when people put soaps into tiers, they'll put it like in the B or C tier. I don't agree with that whatsoever. And unless you're talking about post maybe, the lather that you can make with Sterling is definitely, everyone now is interested in what they call a dense low structure lather, meaning it's not puffy. There is nothing puffy about this lather today. And you've seen me lather this many times. It's always creamy. It's always first rate. The lather that I make with Sterling is as good as any soap on the market in terms of its properties during the shave, slickness, and all those things that you want. If you believe in cushion, you know, you can throw that in there. It is fantastic. It lacks for nothing, in my opinion. The main difference, I think, is it comes at a really good cost, and I think price bias goes both ways. People will think something is very good because it costs a lot of money, and people will also think that things aren't very good because they don't cost a lot of money. And I certainly don't find that that's always the case, especially in the case of something like Sterling, because it is a very, very good price. And it's a very, very good soap, in my opinion. So let's get into it with our Apollo light razor. First few strokes here, and let's feel how that. Oh, very nice, very smooth. The feather blade here is on its third use. Very nice, very smooth. Those first few strokes, that feels really nice, I gotta say. And my hat's off to the people at Smart Helix. For one, I love that low profile of the head. I think that's fantastic. Man, that feels great. I wondered if the performance of this razor or the way it shaved would meet the presentation. That was really my question is, man, really elegant presentation, wood box, you know, no plastic or anything, which I know a lot of people like. And I wondered, would the razor shave as well as the presentation leads you to believe? And the answer within that first half pass was yes, it does. It's very nice. And I kind of had a feeling, because again, I saw this razor. I didn't even know about this razor. I saw it. Jack from the virtual groom room had this in one of his, I think, top razors list or something. And Jack, again, if I'm wrong about this, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure it was you. And I got to say, it is definitely meeting the expectations that I had based on that excellent presentation. And what does presentation like that do? Presentation like that where you can tell they've taken a lot of care to package their product. It shows caring. It shows they believe in their product. It shows they're confident in their product, that they're willing to, you know, go to some extra effort to make sure you have a very nice unboxing experience. that sets the tone for a very nice experience when you use it oftentimes. So I have to say that first pass, what strikes me about this razor right away, smooth, smooth, smooth. And I believe this one, the 2-line one is 0.85 blade gap. Very smooth. There's nothing rough about it, and I like that. That's exactly what I'm looking for, is a very nice smooth ride. So let's get into pass 2 here. The brush for today is the Polar Shaving. This is the G4. You get this on Amazon. It's a little like $20-some, $27 maybe, something like that. Had it for quite some time. And the soap there was perfectly slick. I always say, if you have Stirling soaps and they're not slick, then, you know, work on the lathering. You will, because I've had many people over the last couple of years especially say, you know, I didn't think Stirling was slick, and then I watched your lather tutorial and I got more hydration in there, and then it was really, really slick. So if you don't find this soap to be slick, then work on lathering it to get the best out of it. And that can really be said of every single soap on the market. You might have to see how that soap responds best. And I find that the way I do things, about 98% of the soaps on the market respond well to my lather tutorials below. Every now and then you'll get one that's super soft that doesn't like it very much because the water will sort of wash it out and it makes it more difficult. But most of the soaps on the market respond well to my method, which I have several lather tutorials below that you can watch. So Stirling is no exception to that, and I have a couple of lather tutorials with Stirling. I have a lather tutorial with Colonel Conk if you want to see a hard soap being lathered and getting it nice and creamy. It can be done. It's just a matter of technique, really, when it comes down to it. And it's not rocket science. If I can do it, you can do it. I hope you folks are all having a great day. I want to mention something here really quick. It's kind of a downer. We lost another member of the community just the other day, and I did not know him well, but he commented on my videos from time to time, and I commented on his a few times. Will Carter passed away. So our thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends and the people who know him. I'm very sorry for your loss. As I've been saying so often recently, that you know, life is short, so please folks, make the best of it, enjoy it, lift each other up, because we're just losing people left and right, it seems. We just lost another gent, Thomas Burgess, you know, a week or so ago now, and so if you would, please keep, you know, Will's family in your thoughts and prayers and friends, and if you know him, just letting you know he passed away sadly. So sorry about that. Sorry to bring the, you know, I don't want to bring anybody down, but we want to pay respects, and Will seemed to be a nice guy. He commented on the videos from time to time, and I watched some of his and commented, and he always had a kind word for me, and so Will, you know, you'll be missed, sir. Okay, let's get back into the shave here, and we'll do a quick cross pass. So far, very impressive, this razor. I'm not surprised, because if Jack liked it, chances are it's a well-made razor. And Jack has a thing for good finishes on razors too. I'm not quite as picky as Jack is on finishes, but the fit and finish on this one is very, very good. So it is, you know, like I said, you can get the razor by itself with no frills, with whichever plate you want for $175, which is, you know, that's kind of the standard, a little under the standard premium razor cost. Or you can get 2 plates, you know, the stand and all that for $275 or something like that. So you can go to the website, check it out. I'll link it below. And I gotta say, Jack is right about this razor. It's very good. It's very refined, and it has a handle that normally would be too long for me, but it just feels right. So, you know. And so already, before I even finish the shave, if I were to answer the question here, would I buy this razor? Yes, I would. I would. I don't even have to finish because the quality is evident. It's just very smooth. It feels very nice. You get some blade feel. You get enough blade feel to sort of know what you're doing. And you can feel the razor cutting, but there's nothing rough about it. And that's always a winner for me. When a razor is efficient, but it feels smooth, that is the perfect combination for me. And so there's no roughness to this razor. It is very refined, well made, good fit and finish. And so this is definitely a winner. And we'll lather for our last cross pass here. Across the grain on the cheeks at least. And I tell you, this has been a lot of fun. And so Jack, if you're watching, thank you for that list. It was called the Magnificent 11. I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 months ago. And they were razors that I was a big fan of. And Jack did his list, I think in response to that. And this one was on it, or one of his lists, I think. And as soon as he said that, I was like, So, tell you a little bit about Jack. He changed my perspective on carve because originally, maybe 3-4 years ago, I bought a carve razor and I got it with the B plate, and I didn't care for it. It wasn't efficient enough for my liking, and I got rid of it. And at the time, Jack was working for Carve, and he sent one with higher plates, and I was like, oh boy, I messed up. And so I have said that ever since, that Carve turned out to be an amazing razor for me. I just needed the right plates, and that should have been evident to me, but it was not. And so now, since that time, I've bought 2 Carve razors. So I have the stainless, I have the brass, and I put on the waiting list for the copper as well. I love Carve, and so thank you, Jack, for that too. Got to give him the credit where credit is due. If you remain teachable and open to feedback and learning, sometimes people will really show you the way, and Jack did on the Carve razor. So it's been a great experience for me ever since, because I love the Carve now. It's one of my favorite razors. It's very refined, but I have to say, this razor here, the Apollo Light razor, it's called, by Smart Helix, it is terrific. Smooth, good efficiency, feels good in the hand, fit and finish is phenomenal, packaging is phenomenal. It's one of the more impressive razors that I have unboxed recently, and now that I'm using it, it's come full circle. It is a great experience throughout. All right, man, wow. That was a lot of fun. All right, let me rinse, then we'll come back, get into the post. Stay tuned. And all right, we are back. And off cam, we did a warm water rinse to remove the soap, and then we applied our PAA alum. There was no stinging there, so that was a super smooth shave. No nicks, cuts, creepers, weepers, irritation, bubbles, or troubles. Excellent shave. Following the alum, we did a cool water rinse, and then we toweled off with our Lancaster towel prior to applying the magic made by witches. This is Thayer's Witch Hazel Cucumber. I had an excellent shave today with Stirling Candy Cane, a holiday offering. The performance was great as always. The scent's really nice. To me, I almost get a chocolatey vibe from it, but also candy cane as well. It's well priced. It's awesome. Big thumbs up. The Apollo Light razor from Smart Helix, I have to say, very impressive first run with this razor. And of course, you'll see it more in the future. I'll take this with me when I travel. I also use the one plate on this. This was very impressive. The packaging was stellar, and it set the tone for a stellar shaving experience with the feather blade. It was a perfect match, really nice and efficient, but also smooth. So to answer the question, would I buy this razor with my own money? Yes, I would. If you're in the market for a premium razor, the Apollo Light razor, really, really nice. If you like good efficiency with smoothness, I really enjoyed using this. So we look forward to using this more in the future. It was very nice indeed. We used our Polar G4 brush, and it's riding in our Lancaster Razor Works brush soaking mug. And of course, we used our HCNC bowl, and we're going to close it out today with Stirling Candy Cane, getting in that mood for Christmas. And I tell you what, Christmas is just a phenomenal time to be surrounded by friends and family and just try to enjoy the holiday. And I hope you're in the spirit. I hope everything is going well. I hope you're having an excellent day. And remember, folks, try to lift someone up today. Please say something nice, do something nice, and you will be glad you did. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Till next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way, and as always, God bless.